Hi everybody, welcome back to Creative Witchy Mumma, and a warm welcome to those that are new to the channel. Look, if you are loving this content and any of it is resonating with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and definitely hit that notification bell so you know when I release some new content. Today I would like to talk about what is the hardest part of being a solo mum. And obviously for every single person, this is going to be something very different. For me, it's more of an emotional thing. Other people might think it's for them, it might be a physical thing. But I want to talk about, what it is and then how, I guess, deal with it. So for me, the hardest thing about being a solo mum is constantly having this thought in my head of, am I enough? Or am I doing enough? Am I making enough milk for him? Like, am I expressing enough? Am I breastfeeding enough? Am I giving him the right food? Am I playing with him enough? Am I giving him the right sensory guides and toys? And am I giving him enough sleep? Am I giving enough liquid? Like, am I giving him enough solids? Am I doing enough? Just generally, am I doing enough? And am I enough as his mum, as a parent? These little niggles, I'm gonna say, like little niggles on my shoulder come in, and they definitely tackle me to the ground almost every day. I'm coming in off the back of having a very rough night with Harrison. He had been breastfeeding up until last night. He'd been definitely breastfeeding okay on my boobs overnight, just not during the day. He's been biting. Last night, he just wouldn't stop biting. And I broke down, to myself. I started crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm not enough. And then he's not getting on my boobs. Like, why? What is wrong with me? And then I came out to the kitchen. I mean, bear in mind, he's screaming the place down because he's hungry. He's screaming the place down. I had to just leave him while I came out because I needed to defrost some milk. And obviously it takes a bit of time. I didn't want him to see me doing that because it's going to get him all worked up even more. And at the same time, I needed to try and express the milk. And honestly, at that moment, I expressed, I don't even think 30 mils across both my boobs, and I was in panic station. I was in meltdown mode. I was pumping for like 10 minutes. Nothing was coming out. And the rational side of me knew at this very moment that I was enough, and I was doing enough, but it was just, I was sleep deprived and I was not feeling great. And that was all impacting like my milk, right? It was impacting my supply because I was feeling stressed out. I was upset and I was disconnecting from myself. And but I know my rational brain was like, you need to calm down. You got to calm down. But then my emotional side, I guess, had me in tears going, oh, stop crying. I want you to stop crying. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. And then I'm like, am I doing my best? Can I be doing more? Constantly then having this little question. So what I try and do in these moments, and because this is so raw and so fresh, because like I said, it was last night, and this happens all the time. This happens daily for different things. But what I do in those moments is I take a breath. And I actually stood there in the kitchen, and this was after I'd pumped like next to nothing, and I just took some really big deep breaths and just in through my nose, out through my mouth. And I was like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And it kind of grounded me back in. It brought me back to the present moment rather than being like all up in my head, all up with my little, this one on my shoulder going, you're not enough, no, you're not enough, you're not doing enough, and making me more and more upset. I just really needed to bring myself back down. And so using breath and just I suppose, trying to drown out anything else that was going on. Again, like I said, at this point, Harrison was still screaming the house down because I was waiting for the milk to defrost so I could heat it up. But I had to take that moment for me. I had to take that little time to ground on in and be present again. And it really makes a huge difference, because then I can sit within that rational brain and be like, okay, I am doing enough. I physically can't do any more than what I'm doing. I am just one person. It doesn't stop these thoughts from coming in, but they are just that. They are just thoughts. And I think when we can sit in the fact that they are just thoughts and feelings, and they do pass, right? They pass. You know, today we're on a brand new day and I'm sat here talking here right now, and in that moment, I couldn't have done that. I could not have spoken in that moment because I was just so incredibly emotional. Sorry, Lucy has just joined us. She may come and sit on my lap as well. Yeah, like in that moment, I couldn't, because I was like totally out of my brain. But then I just had to bring myself back down. What do you do? Do you have any, like, you know, do you recognize that you have like these niggling thoughts and that they are just thoughts? Do you try and overcome them another way? Like, what do you do? Do you scream? Do you yell? Do you meditate? Do you go for a walk? I don't know. What does everybody else do? Because for me, like I said, these thoughts come in all the time, but I do remember some amazing advice that my mum, I don't know if it was really advice, but it was just, you know, her, based on her experiences, right? She said to both me and my sister, you know, we do the best with what we've got at the time. So the decisions that we're making at the time, we're literally making them on the knowledge and on the resources that we have at that time. So I guess, like, we can all look back and go, oh, I could have done this, or I could have done that, or I should have done this, I should have done that. But could you have? Because at that moment in time, like for me, like last night, I couldn't have done any more. I did what I could. I tried to pump. I didn't have the milk there. So I defrosted some milk so I could give him some food, right? So I literally did everything I could. And I could be in the future looking back and being like, oh, well, I should have done this, I should have done that. But I did the best with what I've got at the time. And I think it's a really important thing to remember, that we are constantly making decisions only based on the knowledge and the resources that we have in that very moment. And those resources and the knowledge changes all the time. We're constantly learning and constantly kind of propelling forward, and, you know, we have different resources around. But we can only make those decisions at that time with what we have, and we need to not be so tough on ourselves. And that's been a really big learning for me, because I don't think I came into being a mum or into this solo motherhood journey ever thinking that it was going to teach me a lot more about myself. I guess I thought I was just going to learn about being a mum. But it's actually taught me about me, and to appreciate me, and that I am doing enough, and I am enough. I am enough for Harrison, even though I have thoughts sometimes that I'm not. They are just thoughts. They're just thoughts that do come and go. And it is just that, a thought of a feeling, you know, it's not true. It's not true at all. Like, of course I'm enough for Harrison. I'm his mum. And I'm doing everything that I can. Come on, Lucy. She really wants to video bomb here. I'm just one person, and I'm just doing whatever I can to get through. And I am enough. And I think we all need to remember that we are enough, and that we're doing enough. If we're doing the best we can, that is enough. That is everything we can do. And to not be so hard on ourselves. You know, so if you're a mum out there, a parent out there, you know, just doing your best, well done you. You're doing a great job. Thank you for doing that job, because I do think this motherhood job is a little bit thankless sometimes. You know, you're doing so many things, you're learning so many things, and evolving so much too. It's a tough one, but yeah, thank you, and thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you are, again, loving this content as much as I love sharing, and I genuinely do love sharing it, it's really great for me, and I just hope that it's helping someone out there, enlighten someone, or give someone, you know, a glimmer of hope, or just some real talk. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, share, and also I will see you next time. Thank you.